Today I'm going to give you the ultimate guide on how to achieve the perfect mini twist using human bulk hair. The first and most important step is making sure you choose the right texture for your hair. I like to choose a texture that completely matches my hair, but this also is up to you. I like to do that because I want it to look as natural as possible. Now I'm going to explain the different textures that HOTBRAIDS offers. We're starting off with 3A, 3B natural hair. This is a loose S-curl with a very soft and smooth texture. This will be easy to manage and give you distinct curl definition. But you may deal with more frizz and not have as much volume. The 3B, 3C hair has tighter S-curls and looser coils. It will give you more volume and a more natural look, along with well-defined curls and easier manageability. But again, this hair is prone to frizz and doesn't have as much volume. The 3C, 4A hair consists of tight coils and defined S-curls, which of course is going to be a bit tighter than the last. This will create a good balance of texture and volume, but again can be prone to frizz, so proper moisturization is key. And again, as I said before, it's important to make sure the texture matches your hair so it can blend seamlessly. Next up is 4A, 4B hair. This is what I personally chose to use to match my hair texture. This has tighter coils and kinks and achieves the perfect level of a natural looking volume and fullness. This texture tends to be drier, so proper moisturization is key to prevent breakage and frizz. And lastly, we have 4C, 4B hair. This texture closely mimics the dense, tightly coiled, and sometimes wiry texture of 4B, 4C hair. It will absolutely give you a full voluminous twist style. Just be sure to moisturize your hair thoroughly when using this hair because kinky textures, as I said before, can be more drying to the natural hair. All in all, the key is to match your natural hair texture as close as possible, make sure the color matches, and also to keep your hair moisturized. By prioritizing texture matching, you'll create twist styles that look beautifully natural and cohesive. And now it's time to get into the install. For this portion of the video, I really just want you to see the texture of my hair and also see how the hair bulk that I chose, which is 4A, 4B, matches that. Because of course, that's the most vital step. When it comes to doing mini twist or any braid style for that matter, I always part ear to ear. I separate the back completely from the front and then put the front in two sections. This way it doesn't seem like I'm doing too much at once. It can get really overwhelming, especially when you're doing mini twists. Now you're going to separate the hair, and when it comes to separating the hair, just be very gentle. You don't want to waste any hair by moving too fast. Next, I'm just choosing a small portion of that bulk to put onto my braid. I like to make sure that the braid is equally consistent with the amount of hair that I'm putting into it. In the past, I've done my mini twist knotless, but this time I decided to do knots because I realized that they last longer with knots. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 1/3 of that piece that I took and I'm going to put that in the middle and fold it over. That way all of the parts are equal. It may look like some of the hair is going to fall off, but you're just going to stretch that out very carefully. It's not going to fall. It's all going to be consistent. I make sure that the hair that I'm taking out matches up with the same amount as the hair in my hand, as I said, and I'm just going to braid that on very tight. Once I feel that it's nice and snug at the top, I'm just going to braid down a few more times and then I'm going to separate that middle strand and I'm going to start twisting. An important thing to note when you're doing mini twists, if you want it to stay at the bottom, you have to twist while twisting, and it may not look like I'm doing so in this video, but I'm literally rolling the hair in between my fingers very tightly to the point where it's just going to stay snug, if that makes sense. And I'm going to explain further in the video and slow this down as well. When you get to the bottom, you're going to continue twisting until you can't anymore and the twist will stay. You can also leave some hair out at the bottom if you prefer to. That will give it a curly look at the bottom, which is really cute if you ask me. Now I'm just going to continue the process that I showed you all across my head, and I'm going to keep this video at a normal speed. If you'd like to, you can speed up, but I just want you to be able to see exactly what I'm doing. And again, I will put a portion in here slowed down to help you out as well and go more in depth about explaining how to braid that onto your hair. Also, it's important to note that when I do mini twists, I part the parts in 3 sections, and towards the back, I don't part straight across. It's more so free parts, and I just make sure that they're all the same size because in the end, you'll see that it looks cohesive. So the back will be free parts, and then the front is when I start to make the parts straight. Doing the back of my hair also doesn't require me to use much product. I typically use gel towards the top, back, and then of course the front of my head to make it look polished. Here you can see that I am making the parts straight. And again, even though they are going to be straight in the front, I'm still going to make sure they're the same size as what's happening in the back. Here is where I'm going to slow the video down to show you how to add the hair on. Once you have your hair in 3 sections, as I said, the right strand of hair will go in between your middle finger and your ring finger. The middle strand is going to go between your index finger and your thumb. And that third strand you're going to add on to your hair as you're braiding. Now the hair that you're adding onto, you're going to part into 3 sections. You're going to use the same technique except it's with your hair and the hair added on. One strand of your hair is going to go in between your middle finger and your ring finger. The other strand is going to go in between your index finger and your thumb. And the remaining hand is going to hold the other part of your hair that is not in either hand. And you're just going to braid as if you were braiding regularly. And this will take practice. It's taken me probably 3 times of practicing separately to get the knots tight at the top. But practice makes perfect. When the hair is braided down enough, you're going to take that middle strand, as I said before, and separate that. And then you're going to twist down. And again, as you're twisting, you are twisting, okay? You can see I'm rolling the hair in between my fingers as I'm going down. I'm not going for a layered look, so I want my hair to be the same length as the bottom, so I'm adding on an extra strand of hair. The way you're going to do that is simply add it on and twist again. And continue twisting down, and it will blend seamlessly. I'm just going to continue this process around the rest of my head until it's done. Now I'm finally done. This style took a total of 7 hours split in between days because I had to work. For the finishing touches, I do want this hair to have more body, so I added water and mousse. And then I added a curling cream. This is optional, but I like for the curls to pop a little bit more. And that is pretty much it. I really hope this tutorial helped you. If you have any other questions, please comment below. I'm more than willing to help. Here are also a few scarf style ideas if you're not sure how to style your mini twist. This style is so versatile, you can do just about anything with it. That's it, and that's all. My name is Diamond Sherelle, and thank you so much for watching. I really hope this video helped you, and again, if you have any questions, let me know. Bye.